Well, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, April 4th, I think. Kind of lose track in all this. And time for today's daily devotion. And so yesterday I started with Mark's Gospel right at the very beginning. And I think I'm just going to go through Mark's Gospel for the next few days and just pick some passages and talk about them and see what happens with them. And so today we're going to talk about Jesus calls Levi, and it's Mark chapter 2, verses 13 through 17. And the passage goes like this. It says, Jesus went out again beside the sea. The whole crowd gathered around him, and he taught them. And as he was walking along, he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax booth. And he said to him, "Follow me." And he got up and followed him. And as he sat at dinner in Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were also sitting with Jesus and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. When the scribes of the Pharisees saw that he was eating with sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" When Jesus heard this, he said to them, "Those who are well have no need for a physician, but for those who are sick. I have come to call not the righteous, but the sinners." And so ends our reading this morning. And so as I read this, I sit and I ponder what Jesus was thinking when they asked that question, when the Pharisees asked that question. Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners? And again, this is at the very beginning of Mark's Gospel, and if you go and read the rest of it, you'll see that that's pretty much all that he eats with. But there are Pharisees and scribes and Sadducees that show up every once in a while, and they always ask him why he is with these people. And so as I think about this, I think more about who is invited to our table. Who do we invite to our tables as well? I mean, granted, we're not having family meals or anything like that nowadays, but the analogy of a table, who do we invite? And so we think about even in our churches, who do we invite into our churches? Is it all those who we know have money and can sustain the ministries? Is it our friends and neighbors who are well off, or people who are just like us? Or do we invite others that are not like us? It says that he doesn't come, those who are well have no need for a physician. None of us are well. We're all sinners in needs of God's glory and God's grace. None of us are well. So this idea of inviting just those who we think are well is kind of trivial. For Jesus reaches out to those on the outsides of society. And those are people that we are supposed to reach out to as well. I got into a lot of trouble in this church for having certain people into this services sometimes that are on the outskirts of society. It's people that didn't fit the mold of who we are. And that kind of saddens me. And, we've talked about this many a times, but these are people that Jesus surely reaches out to. These are the lost. These are the people that when he tells the parable about, there's a guy has 100 sheep and he loses one, and he goes and he searches for that one diligently until he comes home and finds it and then celebrates. Friends, we are all called to God's glory. We are all called to God's grace. We are all called to our churches. Yet the ones on the outside sometimes feel inadequate, sometimes feel like they're not welcome in our places of worship. And that, is kind of saddening to me, one who feels a call to to that particular group of people. But as I read this, I'm just reminded that all of us fall short of the glory of God. All of us. We are all sick. And so we come to church to be healed. We come to these devotions. We come to our readings to be reminded that God heals us. God heals our sin and takes away our sin and offers us grace and forgiveness. What greater gift can there be than that? And so I invite you in this time to contemplate, what does it mean to be sick? What does it mean to be healed by Jesus? What does it mean to sit at the table with Jesus and share in the fellowship with Jesus Christ? These are hard questions to answer, and I don't have answers to all of this, but I know we're sick. And I know we need to feel God's grace and glory in all of this. So go out this day be reminded that, yes, we are sick people, and we need that physician, Jesus, to heal us. For without that, we're just the walking dead. We are just people with no course of life, no anything. But with Jesus in our lives, and that call upon Jesus in our hearts to come to church, gather as community and worship, we are part of his fellowship. What greater glory can there be for all of us? So enjoy your Saturday, everybody. It's nice out today. Enjoy the weather, stay safe, get out and do some walking if you can. Get outside and enjoy the fresh air. Tomorrow, Sunday, we are not gathering, obviously, again. It is Palm Sunday, and we have a special service kind of thing set up for tomorrow we're working on. It's not going to be just me this week. There will be some other voices in there, so I look forward to how that comes out. Pray that I'm able to work the editing software and get this all together. So enjoy the day, and remember that God loves you, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Peace.